Hey, welcome back to Cars, Golf, and Cigars. I'm your man, Kadon Sterling. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. Today's episode, I wanted to do something just a little different because, there's a lot of content in the world. But this weekend especially that just went by, there was a lot of stuff that went on in the world of sports, and I wanted to have a cigar conversation and talk about it with my people. So we're going to talk about this ROLLY fight. We're going to talk about Ja Morant. Yeah, it's going to be one hell of a conversation. Stay right there. Hey, thank you for being with me today on Cars, Golf, and Cigars. Once again, I'm your man, Kadon Sterling, and let's handle the business. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button, all right? I need y'all to hit that like button. I'm being very honest with you. All of these things help the algorithms of YouTube place your favorite episodes where they need to be so more people can view them and more people know that the channel even exists. And most importantly, word of mouth is how you build a brand, people. So if you like what I'm doing here, please talk to somebody else about it. Share it with somebody, all right? Okay? And by now, all of y'all know about my next venture, FA Auto Brokerage Firm. altogether one word, FA autobrokeragefirm.com. Yes, if you're into cool classic cars, or if you're looking for your first real performance or luxury vehicle, contact me, okay? The description will be below. That's what I do. I don't just link people up with a car that they want, because it's a daily driver or what have you. Nothing wrong with that. I want you to have the car that you've always wanted. The one that got by you when you was in 12th grade and wish you had it then, but you couldn't afford it then. But now you grown and you can double back and go get it now. So that's what we do at FA Auto Brokerage Firm, all right? We're not just regular car broker. We specialize in getting you that car. Not any car, but that car. And everybody has that car in their life or in their mind that they have to have. And that's what we deal with, all right? Now, let's go into what we're here for. But, we can't get this going until we get this going, all right? Like that cut. That's a little bit better. We're gonna burn this Brazilian cream. This is a CI special. I did an episode on this, so follow that one and it'll tell you all about how I feel about this. But right now, this is what we have available until the new package come in. So we're gonna use this, but let's get this going. Yeah. Okay. Now, the first thing I want to get into is this ROLLY fight. ROLLY Romero. Let's cut right to the chase. It was a horrible call. If anybody's into boxing, I'm into boxing. I'm a boxing guy. Tony Steele, I've never had an issue with him as a ref. He's a vet. He's been doing it for 20 years or better. I've never really had an issue with him as a ref. I got an issue with him as a ref because he basically single-handedly handed ROLLY Romero, Rolando, whatever his name is, the WBA super light heavyweight championship of the world. He basically handed it to him. I've never seen a fight get stopped with no punches connected to the other fighter. In the exchange that they had, Rolly got hit more times than his opponent. Like literally, he threw 4 punches that didn't touch the man. Didn't touch him. And Tony still stops the fight. Now you gotta think about it like this, right? If you watch the fight, okay. I didn't see the whole fight, I did see the highlights. But I did see the scores. And on the scores, Rolly was losing that fight. If that fight would have went the distance, he'd have lost that fight on points. This gentleman that he fought, they had him down at 40 years old. Let me tell you something, that man was not 40 years old. And that's 40 years old, that's the hardest 40 years of somebody ever lived. He had a hard life, okay? I give him at least, listen, I'm 51. Really, I am. I have no shame in my age. That man was not 40. You know what I'm saying? But either way, he was whooping Rolly's behind like he was 30. Rolly's not even 30 years old. And this old man was whooping his behind. Yes. Watch the highlights, watch the fights. Knocked him down in the 3rd round. A good knockdown, too, clearly. Rolly's knockdown was a push. He connected. He definitely touched him. But the knockdown was not a knockdown. It was a push down. But Tony still gave him that, so he won that round. But the way the fight was stopped, but I give Rolly to this. It was not, total disclaimer, it was not Rolly's fault. It had nothing to do with him and his camp. The only person they could talk to or blame is Tony Steele for making a horrible decision as a ref, because the man was not hurt where he was incapacitated, where he couldn't fight back. He was fighting back, and he was not getting hit in the corner. He was ducking the punches that Rolly was throwing, and you still stopped the fight and gave Rolly a TKO, an undeserving TKO, which was crazy. But to Rolly's credit, he did give the man credit and say, ain't nobody ever hit me as hard as this dude hit me. He got his behind whooped all over that ring. Now, because I'm not nobody who hates on nobody. Rolly can fight. He can. Rolly can fight. Rolly has a great boxing presence in the ring. He looked like he knows his fundamentals. He does. Well, let me take that back. Rolly looked like he's a good boxer. He can brawl if you put him in a brawling situation. But the thing about it is his chin ain't worth 2 dimes. And since his chin is not worth 2 dimes, anybody can connect on the chin and put his ass down. That's the crazy part. His defense is not as solid as his fundamental offense. Okay? Think about what I just said. His defense is not as... Stay right there. We'll be right back. Cars, golf, and cigars. I just want to make sure I relight this cigar, and I'll be right back there with y'all. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to Cars, Golf, and Cigars. All right, now where was we? Rolly's defense. Yeah, it ain't worth 2 dimes, really. 2 dimes and take away 5. Because the bottom line is, at this point, he's been exposed, his chin completely. And he's going to get exposed again. I understand, Rolly. It's about money. You want to get the big bag. You want to secure your future. You want to secure your family like everybody does. Like everybody does. And I'm not mad at him for it. Because if you in the boxing game, what are you in that game for if you ain't in that game to get paid and get paid for real? It's called prize fighting. Prize is the cash. The prize is financial security. So, of course, whether you are looked at as a good guy, a bad guy in boxing, whatever you looked at as, you want to be looked at as a contender, you want to be looked at as a champion, so you can always be in the prize conversation. And ROLLY's trying his best to stay in the prize conversation. The knockout he experienced by fighting Gervonta Tank Davis was amazing. You know what I'm saying? In Brooklyn. But at the same time, give ROLLY his credit for this. Hyping the fight up so much that people wanted to see him get his ass beat, and they got their money's worth. But there's always somebody in the crowd that's looking for Tank to take a loss too. So there's people that did put money on ROLLY. No matter who you are, there's going to be somebody that's going to bet against you. But you got to know how to work the system. ROLLY's just trying to work the system. So he keeps calling out Ryan Garcia now, and he wants to have a match with Ryan Garcia and give Ryan Garcia an opportunity to fight him for that belt. And he feels whoever wins between him and Ryan should be able to get a rematch with Tank. All right, now let's just talk numbers and let's talk business, man, while we having this cigar conversation. Because that's what it is. It's a cigar conversation. It has to make dollars for it to make sense, and if it don't make no damn sense, it ain't gonna make no dollars, and ain't no reason for it. Many, many, many years ago, not many, many years ago, but many years ago, Zab Judah and Floyd had a match. And I honestly really think that that was the closest that Floyd was ever going to come to taking his first loss, was going to be against Zab. Because Zab had everything it took to actually compete with Floyd, I felt, and maybe even come off with a victory on the scoreboard. That's how we looked at it from the outside, like Zab. And when you seen the fight start, you was like, damn, Zab can win this fight. He didn't, because Floyd has absolutely the best boxing IQ skills of knowing how to adjust to any man that's in that ring with him. Amazing how Floyd adjusted through the fighting and all the stuff that went on that night and came back and actually beat Zab fair and square. And then after that, Zab wanted a rematch, Zab wanted this, Zab wanted that. But the problem is, if you don't have no real following at the time, you don't got no belt at the time, you know, Zab had a following, but he didn't have the belts anymore. I heard him and Floyd have a conversation over the phone one time when Floyd was in New York on the radio, and Floyd was like, yo, it ain't nothing personal, but it's not making me no money to fight you again. We're not gonna sell the same amount of tickets. People ain't gonna come to see what they saw the first time when they already know there's a good chance I'm gonna beat you again. And you need to have something to put up, bro. You ain't got no belts. So if you ain't got no belts, what are we doing it for? We don't hate each other, so why are we doing this? If we ain't gonna make the most money we can, then why are we fighting each other? Same situation. I don't feel in my heart that Tank needs to fight either one of them again. He doesn't need to go backwards. If anybody, he should have a rematch with his Pitbull. If anybody deserves a rematch with Tank, it's Pitbull. And Tank said the night he beat him on the scoreboards, I'm not fighting him again, which was smart. People thought that was corny. Why would he say that? No, that's a business decision. This is the only dude that ever took it to the limit with me. And I just got out of here on points with this dude. The next time may not be the same. So I'll double back and damage what I've been working on, damage my record, damage everything. I won, it's over, that's it. Unless it's for a belt. Pitbull ain't got no belt, so what are we doing this for? So, ROLLY, understand this. This is just my prediction. Y'all can say how y'all feel. ROLLY's first title defense, he's going to lose that belt. If he fights Ryan Garcia, I'm not even going to lie to you. I think Ryan will take it from him. I don't know if Shakur is in his weight class or not. If Shakur's in the 140s, I'm not sure. If he fights Shakur, Shakur is going to take it from him. he would have to keep fighting 60-year-old men to keep that belt. So appreciate the fact that you got it. Understand that Tony still did you a solid. You need to go buy him a Rolls Royce or something. But you being undisputed would not happen. I don't see that happening with Rolly. It's not because I don't like the dude. I don't even know him. It's just because the way boxing is set up, the way these guys are, Rolly's chin just can't do it. Rolly's chin can't do it. Now, Ryan Garcia has been proven now too that he can get hurt. So I don't mind watching Rolly and Ryan Garcia fight. I don't mind. I think Ryan would take it. Honestly, I think Ryan is that better of a boxer than Rolly. But both of them are going to go in there and swing for the trees and just see who can knock each other out. So now, let's get off of that. We're going to take a quick cigar break again, and I'll be right back. We're going to talk about this Ja Morant situation. Welcome back again to Cars, Golf, and Cigars. Don't forget, I'm going to say it one more time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, people. Word of mouth is how you build a brand. And the name of my company and my brand is Fearless Ambition, Inc. And my newest venture is FA Auto Brokerage Firm. Put it all together with a .com and you can contact me. Now, let's get back to this. Ja Morant. All right, first things first. What we not gonna do is tear the dude down. We're not gonna do that. It's easy to get on here as a person from the outside looking in. I don't know the brother, never shook his hand, so I'm not gonna be on here disrespecting this man in no kind of way. That's corny to me, you know? Everybody has a right to have an opinion because you're making your private life public. And once you make your private life public, the public has a right to have an opinion on your private life. I'm saying that to all you social media babies. That's the truth. Ja Morant, Mr. Morant. I hope everything works out for you. For you and for all your people and everybody around you. But bruh, listen, man, it's a couple of things. Being young, we could use that. Being a little inexperienced, we could use that. Don't want to stop hanging out with your people, the people you came up with, your day ones, we could use that. But Ja, listen, man, I know you may not ever see this, but if you ever do, this is coming from the heart as just a person on the outside looking in. Sometimes you got to separate to elevate, bro. When it comes to success, sometimes you got to separate to elevate. And I've spoken about this on my other YouTube channel, Mogul Talk One-on-One. Shameless plug. But sometimes you got to separate to elevate. Everybody can't go with you, bro. Because it's not their destiny. It's not their life design. Your life design, plus your hard work, has put you in an unbelievable position in life for success on many levels. Playing in the NBA and also making money outside the NBA, where the real money is at. You got access to plenty of mentors. People you can just humble yourself and just say, listen, I'm reaching out, bro. I need some advice. I know you don't know me that well, man, but I'm kind of new to this thing called fame and fortune. I need some advice. Now, let me go on the record and say this as well. because I don't want people to get me misconstrued. I have no issue whatsoever with having a firearm for protection. I have no issue whatsoever for carrying a legal firearm that you do have a permit for to carry for protection, for your home, for your vehicles. If it's up to me, I would probably have a gun in every car I own, because I do have guns. And I'm proud of my guns. But guess what on the other side of it? Y'all will never see it. Y'all will never see my weapons, because my weapons are not for intimidation. My weapons are not for clout. My weapons are not for ego. My weapons are strictly for protection of myself and my family property. That's it. So I don't have an issue with Ja having weapons if he's having them legally. I don't have an issue with him having guns in his cars if he, if it's legal in his state. I don't know if his city. I don't have an issue with none of that. Everybody should have it. I believe in the Second Amendment. If you're not, if you're able to carry a firearm legally, do it. But be responsible. See, my problem with Ja is the fact that what you doing, brother, is reckless. Dangerous and reckless, and that's what you're being judged on. It's not the fact that you own guns. As you know, how many people in the NBA own guns? Any people in sports own guns, especially if you're from the South. I'm pretty damn sure that people that own the Grizzlies have a lot of guns at their estates and their mansions. But everyone is not being reckless, y'all. Having a firearm in a vehicle with other people in the car and you just have it in your hand, waving it around, is reckless, irresponsible. Let's just get that out the way. There's something called, this small word, but it's a big word, called maturity. Maturity will tell you, nah, that's not cool. Maturity will tell you, maybe you should think before you do that. Maturity would also tell you, maybe I shouldn't be around everybody right now with everything else going on. Maybe I need to be someplace else. You feel me? And I say it straight up and down. Your real friends, and I'm not saying them dudes in the car with you wasn't your real friends. I don't know them, so I ain't gonna speak on them like that. But friends that treat you like a brother, and you already was hot from the last time you got popped with a pistol in the club, waving it around on live, which was, I don't know what you was thinking about doing that. I don't know what you thought you can get out of that. But you already was in a situation where a whole country was talking about you, and it cost you a lot of money, but you was fortunate to get back on the team and go get back to work. Now, with this second suspension, you got suspended on your vacation, okay? So guess what? They got to decide what they're going to do with you. Because it's the second time, bro, that you got caught with a firearm. Not caught with it because you didn't do anything illegal by having it, but waving it around in a car with other people in the car, even if your finger's not on the trigger, bro, it's irresponsible. That's not, it's not gangster, bro. That's stupid. Straight up. That's just, you looking for problems that you don't want. You really must be. You must be. You must be looking for some shit you don't really want. You must be looking for a life you really don't want. Because maybe you just don't want to be in the NBA. Maybe you don't want to be the $500 million guy that you on the road to being. Because guess what? They're going to take your money away. I had a job for a very long time, right? Over 26 years, straight up and down. I did in law enforcement. 25 years and some change. And I remember going through a paramilitary organization called Boot Camp for Corrections. And I remember when you was going through the process, and they was telling you about the job, one of the main things they said to you was, you're gonna earn this job if you get it. But some of you gonna give it back by your actions on duty and definitely your actions off duty. It's not that we're gonna take it from you. You're gonna give it back to us. Look around you. Some of y'all gonna give it back. You did all this stuff you had to do to earn this job, but now, I guarantee you, some of y'all gonna give it back. Y'all, that's what you're doing, bro. You put yourself in a tremendous position to be another year or two, I say even two, to be probably the number three player in the league. LeBron is leaving soon. Okay? I don't see Steph playing another 5 years. For what? I don't see Kevin Durant playing another 5 years. These dudes are on their way out. It's you and it's your turn. It's your turn. The Adidas contracts, the Gatorade contracts, the endorsements, your potential for earning has no cap. None. But you're about to give it back to them. Because see, what they can do is decide to sit you down for the whole next season. Because the NBA is not going to stop rolling because you're not there. The Grizzlies is not going to stop playing because you can't play. You haven't earned any championships. Bruh. You got to get more stuff under your credentials. You got to build up your catalog as a player. Build up your achievements. Show your worth to the, hey, how you doing? Make sure you always say hi to your neighbors. Show your worth to the league, because the bottom line is you are an employee. You are not the employer. I don't care how popular you think you are. I don't care how many people kiss up to you. Bruh, you are not the league. You work for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are part of the NBA. Therefore, you work for the NBA. And like I said, let's be fair to him. He didn't do anything illegal. But what you're doing, bruh, is showing signs of lack of maturity, being irresponsible. And now, since it's the second time, you showing them that you really don't care. You ain't learned from anything. And I don't want to see this young man get all his stuff taken away. I don't. I want to see him be great and keep being greater and provide for his family. His little sister is an amazing basketball player. I want to see her hit the league also. You know what I mean? The Morants, you can edge your whole way into this game forever. LeBron is edged in forever. Okay? Steph is edged in forever. You know? And you can also be that, but you don't know, bro. I mean, I just don't know if you understand that you cannot be irresponsible. You cannot have lack of maturity for judgment. You can't. People are not going to, they're not going to take you seriously. And when they don't take you seriously, they see no reason that you show value and you should be somebody they put money behind and they invest in. For what? And I know we all have a lot of opinions on it, and it's because we can. But I'm just disappointed in the fact that this is your second suspension for the same thing. Stay off of live, bro. Even if it ain't your live. Stay off your man's live. You can't, it's just maturity, and real friends would understand your maturity and your growth, because everybody can't go where you going. If you going to the 12th floor, some people in your life has to get off in the 8th floor, and that's all they supposed to do. Everybody's not going to the 12th. They was meant to go with you to the 8th, but that's where they stop. You got to understand that too and don't have survivor's remorse. You can't. Because none of them guys that you hanging out with, real talk, I don't care if they blood to you or not, family to you or not, cousins to you or not, none of them have the responsibilities that you do now. None of them. If anything, you're making their life better, which is cool, which is great. Share with the family, I dig it. Share success with the family, I dig it. But at the end of the day, you're in a very, very prominent business position, which requires your maturity and your judgment to be outstanding at all times. Are we allowed to make mistakes? Of course we are. I'm probably make a mistake tomorrow and do something dumb. I don't know. I ain't better than nobody. But at the same time, my maturity at this stage of my life will tell me, nah, that's not something you should be doing. Nah, those ain't the people you should be hanging out with. Nah, I don't know if you can be in my car. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you could be in my car. Because I don't know what you got on you. I know what I got on me. And I know I'm straight. So, and I don't want to ride with y'all. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Uber or Lyft, I could get there if I ain't got no car, and I always have a car. So, I just want to wish the young man the best. And let's see what happens, because like I said, bro, they're not taking nothing from you. You're giving it back. Everything that you've earned and everything that you deserve, that you bust your behind for, you're slowly giving it back. And when they have no more value, when they see no more value in you, if the team look at you like, what's the sense of having you on the team? You're too much of a distraction. You're gone. You're gone, bro. You be playing with the Utah Jazz. No disrespect to the Jazz, but yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So, hey, make your comments down below. Don't forget to watch my other channel, Mogul Talk 1-on-1, right here on YouTube. Now, for all the apparel, Etsy.com, okay? Go to Etsy.com, put in Mogul Mindset, and you'll be able to get all the apparel that I designed for entrepreneurs, okay? One word, Mogul Mindset, on Etsy.com, and you'll be able to get all the apparel that I designed for entrepreneurs, all right? FA Auto Brokerage Firm, we about to have a great year. Thank y'all so much. This is Cars, Golf, and Cigars. I'm your man, Kadon Sterling. I'll see you on the next one.